Welcome back to the TNT show. We got an exciting weekend upon us. College football is officially back. I mean, it's already been back since, of course, week 0, which was last weekend. Great Georgia Tech and Florida State game. We got a lot of really good games this weekend. So we just gonna tap into some of those, give our predictions, talk about who we like, what we think is going to happen. And to start off the episode, for the games that we talk about during the episode, just in the comments, drop who you think's going to win and what the score is. Tyler, I'll go ahead and let you take it away.
Like you said, great. We're finally back to football starting. Like you said, we got a bunch of good games, primetime games. We'll start off with the big ones first. Let's start off with Georgia Clemson. They play Saturday, 11 o'clock in Atlanta. Georgia's a favorite. I think this could be a trap game for Georgia. I think there is a chance that they could get upset week 1, but I think Georgia beats them. I think they beat them by at least a touchdown. That's going to be my prediction for them.
I like the trap game idea. I mean, even with it being the first game of the season, definitely still considered to be, a trap game because everybody expects Georgia to win the game. Obviously, they're a favorite. Personally, I got Clemson in the upset. Clemson's not a terrible team. I think they're a really good football team. If they can just limit the big plays from Georgia and not let Carson Beck carve them up to death, I think they can squeak out a win. I'm going to say by at least 10 points.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going upset by at least,
You don't even think
it's 10.
You don't even think it's going to be close.
I mean, 10 is technically still close. It's not really like a convincing win in a sense. But yeah, I think Clemson can pull out a 10-point victory against Georgia, make some noise.
It's not the end of the world if they lose either. It's the first game. Clemson is ranked.
Exactly.
I mean, it's going to put pressure on Georgia, though, for sure, if they get beat. Like right now, I mean, a lot of pressures, like you brought up, Georgia Tech stunned Florida State.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, Florida State looked absolutely horrible on both sides of the ball. Georgia Tech ran it down their throat. There wasn't nothing Florida State could do to stop them.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said too, first game of the season, it's a long season ahead. Maybe Florida State doesn't look like that in game, 10, 11.
Yeah, new quarterback. They lost a lot on off. They lost a lot on both sides of the ball. You brought in DJ, whatever his last name is. They were calling him DJU on TV. They brought in a new quarterback, new quarterback. I don't know. He's going to have to take some steps quick, or they're going to get beat quite a bit. If they play like that, they might. I don't think they'll get beat by Boston College, but it might be closer than what people think. They're favored by 14.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a lot closer. It could be a lot closer, considerably. I mean, they just need to offensively. I think the running game will be fine down the road, but they need to find their go-to guy receiving wise, somebody that can get downfield and beat the defense deep. Which that's what Malik Benson was supposed to be, but first game it didn't really look like.
Yeah. Jumping to Miami, Florida, I think Miami's going to win by at least 10.
See, I'm feeling real upset-minded. I guess you could consider it to be an upset. I think Florida's going to win. I think Florida is going to – I think they're going to try to make a statement against Miami because these are two teams that haven't really been, like, in the spotlight here in the last, Miami was actually pretty decent last season until they did that whole fumble the bag with the time running out last season.
Yeah.
Um,
They did lose their
besides that,
quarterback, so it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure who their starting quarterback is. I have
oh
no idea.
Cam Ward, he's like one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
Okay.
That's why
I know they
everybody's
lost. I know they lost Tyler Van Dyke.
yeah, but I mean they got a considerable upgrade with Cam Ward. I'll be completely honest. He's really really good. But I think Florida. Graham Mertz is in his second season at Florida. I mean they did lose one of their running backs to Georgia, but I think they come out looking to make a statement against Miami. I think they win by I'll say a field goal. I'll say a
You
walk
think
off
Graham
field
Mertz
goal.
is going to get the starting job over DJ Lagway?
Yeah, but that's only because he's more experienced in the system. I think DJ Lagway is going to get his time. It just probably won't be. Now, if he does end up playing, it'll have to be like a few games into the season if Graham Mertz just doesn't look that good. Or, I mean, coach could just go with a 2 QB system. You never know.
Yeah, could. Yeah, I think Miami will beat them. I don't. Florida's been a little. I think their coach is next. He's probably going to be on the hot seat this year.
Oh, no, he's
Um,
definitely on the hot seat this
I don't. Like you said, they've had a little bit of an underdwelling couple seasons here lately, but a lot of them got injured. I know. I think Graham Mertz got hurt last year a couple times. I don't even think he played in the LSU game very much. I think he got hurt. Um, so yeah, we'll have to see with that one. The one of the bigger ones is going to be Notre Dame, Texas A&M. I think Texas A&M will beat them. I think they're back on the Notre Dame train. It's like every couple years we got to hop on this Notre Dame bandwagon
year.
for
Yeah.
them to go to the playoffs and get blowed out by somebody.
Yeah.
Who knows? They might be really good. I know they brought in Riley Leonard from Duke.
Yeah.
They brought in some pretty good players from the transfer portal. Um, they are supposed to be pretty good, so we'll see. I think Texas A&M is just going to be too physical for them, but Texas A&M lost quite a bit to the transfer portal, so I don't
Yeah,
know what
they
they're
definitely
doing.
did.
I'm not really sure what they have quarterback wise. Probably should have looked. I don't even know who their
Weren't
starting
they
quarterback is. Isn't it what's
I
his
think his
name?
name's
Connor
Connor
Wayman.
Weigman. Yeah,
Wiegman or whatever his name is. So
He was hurt last season. I think he missed like didn't he miss like all of last season?
I don't think he
I'm
missed
pretty
all of
sure
it. I know he got hurt
because Max Johnson was the starter for Texas
for
A&M
a
like
little bit, yeah. For like the
quite a
last
while.
half of the season, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, no, I agree. I think Texas A&M. I mean, I don't want to say it like this, but SEC football is just it's a different brand of football. They're going to be very physical. Yeah, they might have lost a lot to the transfer portal. I think they brought some guys in. They had a good recruiting class. I'm pretty sure they're ranked in like the top 10. Are they
Texas A&M,
not? Yeah.
they're 20th.
Oh, it's. I'm
Notre
thinking
Dame
about. I'm
7th.
thinking. Yep, I'm thinking about Notre Dame. So technically, I'm still on the upset train. I think Texas A&M is just going to.
A&M
I
is
think they're going
favored
to.
in this game by 3 points. So
Yeah.
technically you're not upsetting.
Well, I mean, as in terms of ranking, it's an upset. Yeah, they're favored, but I wouldn't necessarily guarantee them to win. I think they do win though. I think this one might be a little
Oh, I'm
further
sorry. I'm
out.
sorry. Rephrase that. Notre Dame's favored by 4.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's still pretty close though. I think Texas A&M. I'd say they probably win by 7. I'm gonna say 7.
Uh wrapping up the Saturday predictions, we got. I mean, it ain't much of a prediction, but you got your team Alabama playing Western Kentucky. They'll beat them by probably at least 30, but
Anywhere between 30 to 40. But
I think it'll be about. I think it'll probably be like I said, 42-10, 38-10. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy.
yeah,
Like you said, I think it'll be a little sluggish at first, but I think second half Alabama's just gonna, they'll come out. They'll probably sit Milroe probably fourth quarter. That he probably won't even play. They'll probably
I
try to
don't know.
see. Kalen DeBoer will probably try to see if I'm Kalen DeBoer and we're up 35 to nothing at halftime.
You want to see who your backup
Milroe
is?
ain't playing, ain't coming back.
Oh
You
yeah, no,
need to
I'm gonna take him
see,
out.
yeah, you need to see what these backup quarterbacks can at least do. God forbid Milroe get hurt, and then you're scrambling to figure out who it's going to be. I'm pretty sure Ty Simpson will probably get the playing time because he is more familiar with the system, so he'll probably be the backup to Milroe if I had to assume.
Well, technically, it's a new system, so everybody's
Oh,
really
that's
new to
right.
the system.
He brought
Yeah,
their backup quarterback from Washington over there. So
yeah, yeah. But remember, it's a completely new system though, because the guy who was brought in to be the offensive coordinator got an NFL offer. He went to the NFL, so he brought in a backup playing offensive coordinator. So it's going to be a completely different system than what they thought they were going to get.
right.
So I think that is wide because you got to think too is there's three quarterbacks behind Jalen Milroe. One of those guys, I think, going into this upcoming like off season is going to transfer for sure. Maybe
Oh yeah, they
two,
have to.
maybe two, because you got to realize there's other guys that they're still bringing in too. So that quarterback room might look a lot different going into. I know I'm talking really far ahead, but it'll look a lot different going into next season.
And it's like I said, God forbid Milroe get hurt 5 games in or 6 games in. You need to know who
Yeah,
your next guy up is. At least see, okay, well, Milroe it runs the offense his way. And I don't know if y'all have another quarterback like that runs
exactly.
around and does all that. I don't know,
I,
but
if I had to guess quarterbacks that I have seen, I'd say Ty Simpson is probably the closest because he's more mobile than the other two guys.
right. I think they'll beat Western Kentucky by a landslide unless something crazy just happens. It won't even be close.
Yeah, no, I agree. It'll be a blowout.
But jump into Sunday's primetime game. It's the only game on Sunday. LSU versus USC. LSU fans, so obviously I'm picking them. I think personally, I'm ready to see the changes. Hopefully, there have been changes. I know we brought in all new coaching staff. We have a whole new coaching staff, new defensive coordinator, new running backs coach, new everything. So I'm curious to see if we've made changes. We brought in some really good recruits and some really good transfer portal players to help on the defensive side of the ball. I think we are just going to be too physical for USC. I think it's going to be close if our defense is underwhelming. I think if our
Yeah,
defense struggles, it will be close. But if our
yeah.
defense can come out and be dominant, it won't be close. We'll run them
No,
off the
it'll
field.
yeah, no, it'll be a blowout if y'all's defense definitely has a repeat of last season. Now, again, I'm all about the upset train right now, so I got USC winning, but I don't think it'll be close. I think it'll be a shootout. Both defenses are going to be on the field a lot, um, more than likely giving up points. So
I just don't see that. USC is returning 3 starters on their offense. They have a quarterback that's never played.
it sounds a lot like LSU.
Garrett Nussmeier's played.
Yeah, but how much real football has he played? Like real
I
football.
mean, I mean, he played in the Georgia game when we played against them when Jaden Daniels got hurt.
Okay.
He's played in a few games. Now he's never he started the I know you say it don't mean anything, but he played in the bowl game and he looked
I
really
mean,
good.
I it's I feel like it kind of shows you what the future looks like in a sense, if you get what I'm saying. So
But
yes, he
I'm
played in the bowl
curious
game.
to see. I think we are just going to be on the offensive side. I don't think they're going to be able to stop us. Now we may not be able to stop them either, but I think that Brian Kelly and our defensive coordinator, we brought in the defensive coordinator that we used to have when we were really good for all those years. So I think that he's going to throw stuff at this new quarterback that they got, Miller Moss, that he's never seen. They're going to be rushing Harold Perkins off the edge. We brought in the safety from A&M. He was really good last year. We're returning a bunch of. I don't even think we really lost a whole lot. Which I mean, our defense was terrible, so I don't know if that's good or bad. But we probably have one of the best offensive lines in college football. I think we're going to line up. I think we're just going to run it down their throat, and they're just going to have to stop us. We may have to stop them. I think we win by at least 10.
I think y'all lose by 7 in a shootout.
I don't think so. I don't think USC is going to be. I don't think they're going to be able. I don't think they're going to have enough on either side of the ball. We might get blowed out. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, realistically, there are two very identical teams. I mean, you lose two Heisman. You both teams lost a Heisman winning quarterback. Both
Yep.
teams lost a very dynamic quarterback. Both teams lost I know USC lost their top receiver, and LSU lost both of their top receivers. You got new quarterbacks coming in. Obviously, Nussmeier gets the advantage because he has played more football than Miller Moss has.
And he's been in the LSU system for a while. He's been there since
Yeah.
2019. So I think
So
maybe not.
I think it's very even. Both teams didn't have I guess elite defenses last season. Both defenses were very poor last season. Like you said, USC was giving up more points, but honestly, you're used to USC giving up a bunch of points because they play in a conference that doesn't play defense. Not now, but back then.
We'll have to
So
see. I'm really intrigued to see how if we can take a turn and have a good defense because we've always been known for having a really good defense, and last year was just atrocious. Whether, like Brian Kelly said, I mean, I'm not going to make excuses, but all of them were freshmen players that never played college football. It was their first snaps, just kind of getting thrown in. They're more experienced now. So I think we're going to dominate USC on as far as in the trenches and on offense. Now our defense, I think we're just going to have to get after USC. I think what we need to do is jump on USC. Like, say we need to get I think we need to get like 2 scores, and then we'll be fine. We have to
yeah,
dominate. We have to dominate the. We have to dominate the field. Like we have to, run the ball, kill the clock, time possession, especially if it's a shootout. Because USC is not going to be able. I would think USC is not going to be able to just line up defensively and stop our offense, especially running the ball. I think we're going to be too physical for that.
Well, see, the issue that I have with what you're saying is you don't know what your offense is.
I think it's going to be a run heavy offense, to be honest. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
I
I
mean,
don't know. Garrett Nussmeier might come out and torch USC, and we might get torched by Miller Moss. I have no idea.
yeah. See, that's why I said that. That's why my prediction is it's going to be a shootout, but y'all lose because
If we
I mean,
lose, Brian Kelly might get fired halfway through the season
nah, nah, nah. It's
because
just the
this
first.
is just
It's just
this
the
is
first game of
just
the season.
this is just one thing after another that he can't win.
I mean,
games like
it's just the
this.
opening game. He
I mean, but
lost
this
the
will be 3 in a row.
y'all lost to FSU in his first season in the opening game, and y'all won the SEC West. Y'all won
Yeah,
like
but
what 10
but
games
Florida
last
State
season.
was predicted to be really good these last 2 years. I mean, they could have went to the playoffs if Jordan Travis wouldn't have got hurt.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm just saying though, like I just don't. Let's say
Florida State's a
that they do
totally different
lose.
caliber team than USC.
Yeah, but if they do lose, if y'all lose to USC, I mean, it's not the end of
It's
the
going to be a
world.
long season if we lose to USC.
Well, I mean, again, no, it's just the first game of the season. Now, if halfway through the season y'all like 4-4, or I mean, what's halfway through the season? About six games in. If 6 games in, y'all like 3-3, then I don't know. It might be over with.
No,
The
I
margin
have.
for error.
I'm having some pretty good hopes from what he said. So I think we're going to be fine. I think we
Good.
beat USC by 10. I don't think
I
we'll get beat. I think
I
this is
think y'all lose.
I think Brian Kelly has a lot to prove this year. He needs to prove that he couldn't do it at Notre Dame. He came in, like you said, came in first year, won the West. Last year, we've had 2 back-to-back 10-win seasons. But like everybody said, you're not here to win 10 games. You're here to win, to go to the playoffs and compete. If we can't do
So
that, well,
he's proven that he can. I
we're
don't know. I mean,
there. We're just not.
he's
We
a very
can't get
proven
over the
coach.
hump yet.
If you ask me, I feel like he's proven. I mean, he's made national championships with Notre Dame. He's made the playoffs with Notre Dame. I mean, he's kind of, yeah, he hasn't won the championship yet, but I mean, he's kind of proven that he can kind of do it with a high quality program. It just takes a little time. I mean, it's only his third season at LSU, so even if they don't like make the playoffs, I feel like if they don't make the playoffs and they have a poor record, then yes, by all means, put them on the hot seat or let them go. But I feel like if they continue this 10-win season run, but if they continue this 10-win season run, I think it's definitely possible. And of course, he stays, because why would you want to fire him? I mean, he's giving you not necessarily results, but he's showing you like he's working towards getting over that hump, getting the championship, getting to the playoffs.
Yeah. I think we win by 10 points. I think we're just going to be too physical. I think it'll be close, and then fourth quarter's going to roll around, and we're just going to wear out USC. Unless, like you said, unless it is a shootout, we're just going back and forth. And then it's just going
I'll
to be
tell you,
pretty much, if that's the case, whoever makes the mistake first.
that's what you just took the words right out of my mouth. That's what I was. It's going to come down to like I think it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be a shootout. Whoever makes the first mistake is going to lose, and it's going to
Yep.
be LSU. I said.
No, I don't think so. You're just being biased.
I'm not being biased. I'm being
You just don't
completely
like LSU.
no. I'm being completely unbiased. I'm being honest. I'm giving you the facts off of what is on the paper. Now, if y'all were bringing back Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, and Brian Thomas, y'all probably win by like 30. But y'all aren't. Y'all are bringing a lot of relatively not in the spotlight kind of guys. Nobody really knows. They're not like household
Yeah,
names.
we're going to get a first-hand experience of what Nussmeier is going to look like Sunday. This is
Yeah.
a big test for him. I know USC, yeah, they weren't very good. But if he can come out and light up USC, LSU might be you might want to look out if he can come out and just light them up. If our defense comes out and we shut them out and we blow them out, oh yeah. We might be a one-man wrecking crew.
Could be.
Especially at least through the first 4 games, because then we play Ole Miss on the 5th game. Now, if we can come out and play good, go undefeated going into Ole Miss, I think we have a shot to make the playoffs. But we got to go undefeated going into Ole Miss.
If y'all beat Ole Miss, y'all are pretty much a lock to make the playoffs. If y'all lose to Ole Miss, I think y'all make the playoffs, but it probably is a little tougher for the committee to put y'all
Yeah, so we'll just have to see. But I think that'll wrap up the college football portion. We'll try to jump back into that once the games are over. Because these first couple weeks, they really aren't, I say, big games. I know Georgia plays Clemson, but I think week four, obviously, Alabama plays Georgia, so that'll be a big game. So we'll just have to jump back into that. Jumping into some NFL real quick. CeeDee Lamb got paid $136 million guaranteed.
second non second
He's the
highest paid
highest.
non
He's the
QB.
highest paid football player ever, aside from a quarterback. He got all of his money guaranteed. That's crazy.
Well, actually, he's a second. Justin Jefferson is a first.
Oh well, yeah. Well, I'm talking guaranteed money wise.
I thought Justin Jefferson got more guaranteed than he did.
No, I don't think so. CeeDee Lamb got all his guaranteed. He got the $36 million signing bonus and $100 million guaranteed. So he got all of it. He got all of it. So Jamar Chase is sitting there like, okay, it's my turn.
I think he gets somewhere in the middle. He won't get what Justin Jefferson got, but he'll get more than CeeDee Lamb.
I mean, it ain't gonna be much more than that. I figure about 120, 130, somewhere in there. But
How much did Justin Jefferson get?
140.
Yeah, he'll probably be somewhere like right at like one. Probably somewhere really close to what CeeDee Lamb got.
But Pittsburgh named Russell Wilson the starting quarterback. Like you said, they have. I kind of figured that they've been saying this forever that Justin Fields was going to sit the bench, unless Russell Wilson just gets out there and just horrendous. The Cowboys brought in Dalvin Cook.
I think
So
that'll be underrated. That'll be an underrated sign.
We're going to see if he's got anything left in the tank. Now we'll get to see because Jerry Jones will run him. I need to go see if he's available on the fantasy thing.
You might want to wait. You might want to wait till after we want to pick him up.
But yeah, we got football approaching Thursday night, next Thursday. Do you want to go ahead and predict that?
I think we can leave it alone
Okay.
for right now. Just
We'll
give the people something to look forward to because we can do the whole slate of week 1 games.
Okay, that'll work.
Well, or at least the marquee games anyway. So
on podcast news, the Kelsey brothers signed that big deal with, I think it was Netflix.
Whoever it was, they got like $100 million.
$100+ million. I think this is going to be the last year. It's Travis Kelce. He just signed a $100 million deal. Why would you risk, having a severe injury when you can go talk football and talk whatever you want to talk about? You just got $100 million. I know if we ever get the opportunity, I mean, obviously we do the podcast, we're not famous like them, but maybe one day we'll get the opportunity to sit down with somebody and discuss stuff like this because that's the whole point of this. So
yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
But yeah, I think I'm not surprised that they got it just because of who they are, but I think this will be the last year for him. I think he'll retire, especially if they three-peat. Why not?
If they three-peat, he's coming back. If they three-peat,
I think he'll ride off into the sunset.
We can argue about that all day long because
never been done before. Three-peat. I don't know if it's ever been done before, but I'm sure it has back in the 20s or whatever. In modern day, that's really not that likely. I think he'll ride off into the sunset. propose to Taylor Swift and go to the podcast full time. Jason's already retired, so
Yeah.
I think they'll have their own show, kind of like Pat McAfee. But
Oh
that's
yeah,
pretty
they'll
much all
definitely
I
do that.
got for football news. You know, we got a lot more coming up. You know, we're still on the road for 100 subscribers. Just make sure that, you know, y'all like, comment, subscribe, comment. Just anything you want to ask. If y'all have suggestions or something we want to talk about, we want to start doing the live stuff. Our schedules are just a little bit different. When we first started the podcast, we know we had this plan, but life kind of happened, job changes, and we just kind of got lost our schedule. It's only me and Tavius. We had somebody else, but it just didn't really work out. We have considered maybe bringing in somebody else or a third person just to help us out. So if you have any suggestions or maybe you want to hop on a podcast with us, just let us know. Reach out to us on YouTube or shoot us an email. Our email is in our Facebook, and is it on our YouTube channel?
It should
If
be. If it's
not,
not,
I'll put it on there. If not,
we can get it updated.
so we do want to do some live stuff. I think we need to dabble into that a little bit just to try to see what that looks like. I do need to start posting on TikTok. I do plan to go live on there at least once, maybe twice a week, just to connect with the viewers, put a face to the name. So be looking
Absolutely.
out for that. You got anything, Tavius?
No, I don't think I have anything. I mean, just to everybody that's listening in and just hanging out with us, listening to us, be fans, and talk about what we like sports wise. And we just appreciate everything. Pretty much all we got for this episode. Then we will catch y'all in the next episode, which should be, I'd say, maybe early next week, maybe middle of the week, and we're gonna have the NFL Week 1, and then we're gonna talk about a lot of the marquee matchups for Week 2 college football.
Yeah, we'll sit down and we'll figure out a schedule and try to be a little bit more consistent with it.
Yeah, everything's a little wonky right now, like Tyler said. We just got a lot of different stuff going on schedule wise. So I think the longer we, keep getting our pod on, I guess you could say, we'll find better consistency with getting our pods posted and everything. So yeah, again, just much appreciation to everybody that's listening in and continuing to come back when we post our pods and stuff and just checking them out. We appreciate you. That's all for us this week. We are out, and we will catch y'all next time.